What is up there, SEO pros? How you guys doing? Alright guys, so today what we're doing is we're going to be doing an audit for a local company doing data recovery. And this is pretty cool. They already have a lot of reviews and the website actually looks pretty decent in terms of the content. You look like there's some silos in here. I already looked at the clicks through Search Console and Analytics. It looks like they are already getting traffic. So we're just going to go in here and see what we can do to improve upon what they're already doing. But overall, just from looking at this site, I can already tell that this is a site that has decent SEO on it already. So as you guys pour in here, I'm just going to bring over this live broadcast. And I think we're ready to go. So first thing we're going to look at is the on page after we plug this into our SEO checkers. So let's plug this into Screaming Frog and Zenu. Yeti Apparel in the house, and so is Anil. What's up, guys? Like to Trade is in the house as well. What is up? All right, so we'll do file, check URL, boom, okay, and we'll go to Screaming Frog, do the same thing. Actually, we're gonna do analytics, so let's do the same thing. Google Analytics, do this email, connect, and we'll grab the URL, boom, and that was analytics. So now we just need Search Console. Leave Hurst, what's up, man? And I don't know if this is the right account. Let me connect it and see. Oh, looks like it is. Cool. So we'll press OK, and now we'll crawl our URLs. So while that's going, we'll let that sit for a second. And then we're gonna look at the on page. So as usual for the on page, what we'll do, we'll just go over to something like SEO Centro and see what we got. And the reason why I use this is because it's a free checker. I usually say in my audits that you can use better checkers than this, but this is just to get a basic overview. Paul Smith says, "Hey Chase, hope I haven't missed much." No, I literally just started. Leaf said, "Not a lot, getting my H1s in order." Nice. Super necessary. All right, so while that scans, we're gonna bring up our notepad just so we can start taking notes. And so we got a web page title, it's 60 characters, and I'm assuming that these characters have the actual keywords in them, which looks like data recovery Cape Town. We'll look at that in a second. And title relevancy, we don't have to look at that. Web page has a description, which is great. Description is 342 characters, so meta is way too long. Long on homepage. And we'll look at all of the metas in a second, but that's just something to note. Meta has a keywords tag, so page has a keywords tag, so get rid of meta keywords. And we got titles, only one H1, which is great, and then the rest look good, so very pretty decent. And then HTML doesn't look too bad, has frames, we don't have to worry about that too much. So keywords, so this is like the different keyword cloud. Looks like their main keywords are showing up a good amount. So social media, looks like stuff on Facebook, but not really anywhere else. So I'd consider pushing more social signals with $10 buffer subscription, and basically just load in reviews or tips around your industry for anything around data recovery. You could do Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and like you could even do YouTube, but that's not really buffer. But I mean, that's a way to start getting more traffic and social signals. So you don't have to do YouTube, but something to consider. Mark H is in the house. What's up, man? And Nick says, "So bizarre how I'm sitting in Africa while you do this in California." That's pretty cool. You're in Africa. How's the weather over there, man? All right, so media print queries. This has to do with printing. We don't have to worry about that too much. And DNS looks like it responded quickly, but the server looks like it's slow. So I'd consider switching to premium hosting. I use WP Engine. And I can get you a discount code if you'd like. It's a little bit more expensive, but you don't want the server times bogging down your site, especially since speed is a ranking factor. Website doesn't allow caching, which you can fix that pretty easily. You don't have to do it, but consider caching. And then the minification of JS and CSS. I honestly haven't even done this for my own site yet, but that is something you can do. And then we're not using SSL, so implement what ASAP. And you might lose a little ranking in this, lose small ranking signal, but in long term it will be worth it. Lauren says, yo, Brosiv, what's up, bro? Paul says, what do you mean a buffer? So buffer is just a social scheduling app. And then for the tool I'm using, it's just a free SEO checker called SEO Centro. So we're gonna go into here. We're gonna look at the Moz bar, which is something I always cross-check with. So multiple meta descriptions on the home page, which is gonna be a problem. Clark says, hey Chase, structured data testing tool with my page is kind of screwy with SSO Pro. You can manually change all this, correct? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, you can. You just have to go into the advanced. So these meta keywords, like I said before, we need to get rid of those. H1 looks fine. Leaf says, content idea for use. SEO response to a site hack. Fixing crappy links to site 404 errors to pages that don't exist anymore. Yeah, so that's basically broken link building, right? So the alt text you'll see is decent. Data recovery. A couple of these alt texts are a little off, like these, but not that big of a deal. I'd say just consider optimizing alt text on some images on homepage. General attributes, we got an 8-second load time, so that's going to be we're going to be taking like a massive hit in our rankings for that. So need to fix 8-second load time, and we can just plug this into GT metrics really quick and see what we can do to fix that. Come on, seriously? There we go. The other thing I can see just from my eyeball is that there's no fave icon, so we need to get a fave icon in here. For the markup, let's check out structured data, and then let's also check out the micro formats. Or sorry, not micro formats, the OG data. By the way, there's 15 people in here, and if you guys could like this, that would really make me happy. Just give it a thumbs up. All right, so this is the OG data. Not bad, but the picture could be a little bit better with like, actually like a hard drive or something. So I would say optimize OG data for social signals, social signal optimization, because that's going to just go hand in hand with buffer if you do start doing that, Nick. So other than that, we're going to cancel out of there. And I'm assuming this is probably the same on every page. Like if I just went to a different page, it would probably be site-wide. So you'll see the images need to be compressed and served at their actual native sizes. So I would just buy a Smusher, plugin to compress images and serve at native sizes. Also, if you're not going to switch your hosting, Nick, I would consider just getting something like WP Rocket, which I would honestly go for hosting over WP Rocket. You can do both, but with WP Engine, you don't actually need it, which I actually found out the hard way after buying it. But if you don't go with better hosting, at least get WP Rocket. So the images, as we can see, inline CSS is being used, which is kind of a downside instead of using the actual CSS, using CSS through the style sheet. So, I mean, that's just more of like a coding thing. I don't know how much that's actually bogging it down, but I don't know if we can do anything. Also, these slideshows are probably bogging it down as well. But I mean, anything we can do to get that load time down, because there are some serious constraints on these loads right here. And I think it has to do with a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of media on these pages. So even just compressing a lot of this media is going to help a lot. Also, let's go back into the Mozbar. And then we'll look at the link metrics in a second. And then this is the actual correct URL, which is great. And then I didn't actually see whether or not this was mobile. Let me check this out. So it looks like this is responsive. Cool. Just making sure. Especially since Google's indexing mobile first now. Well, is starting to. So I want to really make sure that that's happening. All right. So other than that, let's check out the schema. We just got website markup. So this is a local business, I'm assuming. So we're going to local business markup for homepage, as well as and also mark up other important pages like about and contact. All right, so we're gonna go into Zenu right now. Clark says WP Smush takes a long time to smush images. I waited over 10 minutes. I mean, that's not too long, I don't think, Clark, especially if you have a lot of images. Russ says, hey Chase, starting to move up in the SERPs from some of your recommendations on siloing and the audits you did for us. You rock. Nice, Russ. Yeah, see, man, those silos, those are the real deal right there. I did a 3-hour silo one time, 3-hour video of me doing silos, and literally like within a week, somebody, the people's rankings like went up that I was working on like tremendously. Okay, so you'll see these are all the broken links, Nick. So we want to make sure that we're getting rid of all of these broken link problems. It's pretty easy to do if you just get like a broken link checker. So get broken link checker and fix all broken links as well as 301 redirects. So that's pretty easy. And then actually in Screaming Frog, let's go into here and sort by HTML. So you'll see there's only a few pages with H1s. So we want to make sure that we're using H1s on all these pages. So implement H1 tags on these. I always forget what number I'm on. Okay, 17. Whoops, go over here. And then we'll bring this over. So you'll see meta description 2. We only want one meta description, so we do want to get rid of those on every page. And you'll see the first meta description is actually duplicate. So if we put these right next to each other, we got the first meta description saying the same thing on every page, and then these are actually different. So I would get rid of meta description 1 because those are all duplicates. So get rid of meta descriptions duplicate. Sorry, not duplicate. Meta description that's site-wide saying the same thing, because we're going to get super flagged by that happening. We really don't want that to happen. So also if we look at the click depth, there's only a few pages that are 3 clicks away from the home page. We just want to make sure that these pages aren't the most important pages that we're trying to rank for. And we can look at that. I don't know actually how you, oh, I think if you click in here, it'll sort them. I don't know how you actually sort those. I think you might have to export it. Either way, let's look at the response times. So you'll see the actual pages response times aren't too long. So I think a lot of it actually has to do with the server, which is crazy. So let's go over here. So meta robots, these are no index, no follow, and let's check out what those are. Tags, good. In links, we can look at those in a second. Titles, these all look pretty decent. A couple of them are missing, so I'm assuming some of those are on the no index pages. some of them aren't category articles, so we probably want titles on those. So I'm gonna say, let's bring over the titles. Where are they? Here we go. Mark H says, you guys check out yourpoolbuilder.com and tell me what you think. And Anil says, Chase, what gets us to A score in GT metrics? My site is B, though I use Super Cache. It's a free plugin. And how do I use and how is WP Rocket paid one? Well, it really depends on how you design your site and what you're using for your hosting, and you know, there's a lot that goes into it. So I couldn't tell you without like looking at your site, but so 18 get or add titles to these pages. Before we keep going, I did want to look at those pages specifically. So if we go into these other pages, Clark says, if you have a local business and you don't have a business address, would you recommend posting your actual address, or you just have the city? Just get your home address verified and do it as a service area. So we got, for this page, data recovery, and then these are all the different silos, I believe, or the different content silos. Yeah, so that's done perfectly. Except there's no link silos going on with these actual pages. So that's a missed opportunity. So that's huge. That's going to be in the top 10 of things that we want to fix, Nick. So fix add link silos to pages. And that's going to help with those the click depth as well, that aren't currently utilizing this method. Hold on. I had to drink some coffee. Next, we're going to go over to, we can look at inlinks, but that's just, we don't have to look at it right now. So let's look at the H1 lengths. So we'll click into here. Those are fine, except for the ones that are missing. Response times. We were already kind of looking at these. Those will go down too once we do the image compression as well, I believe. There's only a few that are low on words, which, yeah, those are probably pages that don't really matter too much. Those are the outlinks, the external links, and then these are all the Google Analytics. We're going to go back to overview and look at the images overall. So let's go into images, missing alt text. Only 3 are missing alts, so we just want to make sure we add those alts. And let's check out, you are using rel next, rel prev, which is great. Looks like we're not using hreflang, which I don't think we need to be doing that. Analytics looks like we can start looking at the bounce rates in a second, but let's keep looking at some of the other stuff. So the next thing that we want to look at is if we go into here, data recovery specialist, data recovery company in South Africa, and then if we cruise over to the next one, laptop data recovery. So yeah, this is really great topical seeding, and I'm sure you're probably getting results out of this. So if we type in Southbit Cape Town data recovery, Mark H says, or sorry, Daniel says, hey Chase, how long would I be waiting on another audit and some implementation if I booked on? Well, if you booked me, I could pretty much do it in the next week. My schedule is pretty open for audits, but in terms of implementation, it's going to take me like 7 to 14 days to start implementation because of the high amount of things I've been doing. So you'll see Southbit data recovery is totally killing it right now, which is what I expected when I saw those reviews. Like I said, a lot of the things we're going to be doing is just going to be small improvements to what we can actually do to improve existing rankings. But if we go to the actual reviews, you'll see that none of these are responded to. So just simply by responding to these reviews is also going to really help us out, not only just for rankings, but I mean, we're already ranking, but also for showing people that we're a real business that responds to people. So start responding to all 170 reviews. That's going to be fun for you, Nick. Yeah. All right, so once you have those reviews responded to, let me cancel out of here. And we go back to site colon. This time we're going to look at the things that are actually being indexed. So site colon boom. So 72 results, which is great because that's pretty much just saying to me that we're probably not using indexing like duplicate content. But I look at stuff like this. So /m. This is something that we don't want to do. So these testimonials, I think, is what this is. We want to index no index pages like this because it's not providing any value. So no index pages like that. And one of the things I didn't look at was in the Cape Town data recovery. So we'll go into here. Southbit's also ranking here. Nick, why are you having me audit your site? You're already ranking like crazy. No, it's cool. I understand. All right, so let's no index this author tag. No index author, because we don't really need it. Click into there. Actually, this is a good author page. I don't know what the deal is with. Wait a second. Oh no. Okay, so this is actually a problem. So for a second, I thought this was all original content. This is off of the blog, I believe. Yeah. So you'll see that this is actually going to be showing up as duplicate content because this is going to be the exact same content. It's not showing previews. So this is really not going to help. So we're going to do no index author, and also if blog, let's check out the blog. So let me go to 24 and go into, let's see. There's got to be a blog around here somewhere. If I view source, will I find it? Nope. So I'm gonna have to do site colon, let's try it. And then afterwards I'll just do blog. Clark says, or sorry, Mark says, Chase, I'm on VPS optimized. What's your thoughts on that hosting? I actually haven't heard of it, so I don't know. I'd have to look at it. Where the heck? Oh, there it is, news. Silly me. Clark says, thanks for answering my questions. I was just in the middle of watching your SEO checklist, and it's amazing. Really helped me organize my learning. Right on. Just trying to find that news. So it looks like this is the news page, except it's not actually. So we should probably no index this page also. I'm just trying to find where those blog pages are coming from because they were in the author page, but I don't see latest jobs. Oh, thanks, Nick. So I guess these are the blog posts, but they're just listed here. Okay, gotcha. Cool. So if I click on that, does that take me somewhere else? No. Okay. Let me just make sure that this link doesn't take me anywhere else. Okay, it doesn't. Cool. So yeah, so for that, I would put the drop downs to these, are these categories? I don't think they're categories. So, I mean, these are basically landing pages, but they're made as posts. So I don't know. I mean, it really depends on how much more content marketing you're going to be doing, but the long-term strategy behind this, in my opinion, should probably be that you use categories. But if you only have these posts, God, this is a tough one. So for this, I mean, either way, you're going to want to no index the author page because it's doing duplicate content of those pages. And then if we go into these actual pages, looks like you are doing some siloing in here, which is great. So what I'm going to say for this is, oh yeah, storage news. Let me click that and open that. So there is a category here. So I would so that's tough because I don't know if you want to put categories under that. But it's kind of weird having this category page here without it actually like showing up anywhere. And it's also a category that doesn't really have text in it, so I don't know how much value it's providing. Well, either way, let's check out the actual schema on these. So I'm gonna say on that, Nick, you wanna consider the long-term strategy of the blog. If you're gonna only be doing those posts, which I wouldn't recommend, I'd consider you keep doing posts. Then I would probably say start making categories and showing up like a blog section so you can get those categories indexed. But if you're just gonna keep those, then you don't really have to do it. But I'd say consider creating categories and blog link on menu for long-term content strategy. If you want to continue to drive content, if you're already happy with how things are going, you're already like doing pretty well on rankings, you don't really have to drive more content, but it's just something to consider. So let's go into structured data tool. Yeah, Nick says, yeah, the blog is a mess. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just be a little bit more structured, a little bit better. And it says, is your Screaming Frog paid version? Yeah, it is. I paid like $200 for it. Top documentary film says, I want to know if expired domains still work or are lovely with Google in 2017. They do work, but you don't want to like use them for a lot of things. Like there's a whole thing that goes into it. I won't talk about it right now. So we got H entry in here. We want to have blog post markup. So blog post markup for posts. And then you could also put author markup in there too. Could also do author markup. But other than that, it's good that you are doing the link siloing. Oh, actually, that's external linking. Let's see if you're linking to any internal links. Looks like you are, which is great. Cool. So might want to look at that a little bit more, but overall not too bad. Let's go back to the what's getting indexed. So we'll go back and go like this and site colon. Nick says definitely going to need to create more regular blog posts. Yeah. So in that case, I would consider doing the blog category drop downs. But all of these testimonials right here, it's good to do a testimonials page like this. So like Chase Reiner reviews, because then you just get all of your testimonials in one page and you can do aggregate rating. But having it on every single page isn't going to be doing anything for you, because you're just going to end up having all this duplicate content, or not thin content on a bunch of different pages. So no index single testimonial pages and combine into one page. Or you could even, what you can do is you can mark up, actually you can do both. You can also mark up your services with reviews about that specific service with aggregate rating or review markup, and get star ratings in the organic search results, which will help improve rankings, or sorry, click-through rates, and hopefully bounces as well. Clark says, hold on. Mark says VPS, come on, virtual private server. You know what that? Oh, I know what a VPS is. Yeah, but I thought that you were saying you're on VPS optimized. I don't know what VPS optimized is. Is that like? Sorry, I know what a VPS is. I just don't know. Like, I guess you're doing your own hosting through your own personal private VPS. That sounds like that would be not good. Lauren says, I have officially seen every video. I feel so smart. Wow, 300 videos. Lauren says, click the like button. Thanks, Lauren. Okay, I can't keep answering all of these. So let's go back to cancel. Go back to what's getting indexed. So those are all the reviews, as we've already discovered. Keep going. Worldwide. Yeah, so you're going to see a dramatic improvement once you remove all these thin content pages, especially in your crawl rates. And your crawl rates are actually going to go up a lot higher as well when you get rid of all of these errors, like in terms of the actual page load times and then also the thin content. So I'd say also on contact page title, you probably don't want to add phone number. I don't think Google really likes that. I think you can do it if you want, but the other thing is if they call you off of Google Organic and then they don't click on your search result, then that's kind of a loss for you. So I don't know. I would probably not do that. Okay, so that's for the structural stuff. Let's check out what's actually going on like with the analytics in Search Console. So we'll go into Search Console. And let's go images or clicks, impressions, click-throughs, positions, and sort by 90 days. Queries, and you'll see data recovery Cape Town in the last 90 days got 105 clicks with 1,200 impressions and an 8.4% click-through rate, which is amazing. We might even be able to take that a little bit higher if we were to experiment with different titles, but since it's already ranking like that, I don't know if I'd want to mess with it. Let's see what the actual title is really quick. So data recovery. So data recovery Cape Town, data recovery services South Bit. So I mean that's pretty good. And then actually, that's crazy. Somebody else is putting their phone number in here. So I mean that's pretty good. I don't know if I would change that. And also you have your site links in here, which is really good because that means Google's kind of trusting you. Also, let's check out what the CPC is on this, because if you're getting that many clicks and impressions off of that, there's not much advertising going on in here. The CPCs might be really low and you could get a seriously high ROI off of that. So I'm going to go into here, do that, click OK. And we're going to go into login. Mark says, Clark says, I know when he comes on, just like a schedule of his streaming times or something. Oh, you guys are talking about when's a dedicated time. I don't really have a dedicated time. I work all over the place. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this search in that city. Save. Tahir's in the house. What's up, Tahir? So data recovery Cape Town, CPC is $5. And then, so that's the average CPC. That doesn't mean that it's actually going to be like that all the time. But for $5 per click, and say you were to get an extra 100 clicks a month off of that, you know, you'd be paying what, $500. But that for 200 clicks for data recovery, that would be insanely high ROI, because probably one job would get you $500. So I would say seriously consider CPC or PPC since competition is very low and people aren't utilizing this aspect. The other thing is that you can actually get listed in the maps twice if you have local site links. So that means you could actually show up, like, let's see if it's happening right now with iPhone repair. Oh, actually, shoot, I just turned these off. But you can actually get listed on the map as an ad, and then also like this, and then have another third result right here. So you'd be taking up 3 spots basically on the above the fold. So I could help you out a lot with this too. If you need help setting up those, I could seriously help you out with local ads, as I'm like really specialized in those as well. I need to stop saying seriously so much. I know things are serious, but they don't have to be that serious. So Southbit, boom, for the company, that's great. Southbit data recovery, hard drive, PCB failure system. So you are ranking for certain blog posts, which is great. This is another opportunity to kind of get extra reach by funneling these people into like some sort of like group. So you can actually take this, do a content upgrade in here, grab them into a newsletter or something, and then funnel them into a page or a group. So I would say consider content upgrade on pages already receiving high traffic and funnel them into a Facebook group or whatever you want to do, or remarket with new posts. But that's kind of a missed opportunity right there, where you could literally just put a download the step-by-step checklist and get hundreds of people signing up a month for your newsletter and then potentially to your group. Nick says, AdWords wise, I'm spending a fair bit on AdWords. Oh, I guess I didn't look at that. Sorry. Yeah, so depending on what you're doing, I mean, I'm sure there's things that I could probably do to go in there and like seriously improve, like overhaul that stuff. But that's really just like, you know, whatever you want to do. I don't really, doesn't matter too much to me. So let's go into this and grab it and put it into SEMrush, which I still need to call this guy. Spending $2,000 a month on AdWords. So yeah, you're probably using broad match. Jesus, look at this spike in traffic. So I'm hoping that's not Black Hat. Let's check out the backlinks. Well, actually, I probably wanted to use Ahrefs for that. Hey, Nick, tell me you didn't use any Black Hat link building tactics, please. Because it's really not necessary with a domain like this. I am seeing 11,000 links from 0 to 10 ratings, which is, to me, does not look very good. So I don't know what you did for that, but might want to look into that for the future. See what we can do to, wow, featured on Lifehacker. That's pretty cool. So those are some pretty strong links. But whether or not maybe somebody tried to do Black Hat, you might want to think about disavowing some of these. So I'm going to say might want to look at cleaning up backlinks at some point, just in case you don't want to get hit with anything. Okay, so other than that, we got some of the other rankings, which we can already see through Search Console. Let's look at the actual local indexing profiles. So we'll go to Moz Local, and then we'll also go to Whitespark. Audio lost. You guys lost audio? What? No, I think your speakers died, Mike. By the way, if you guys haven't liked this already, please give it a like. All right, so we're gonna go into Moz Local. Cancel out of here. Boom. We'll put in the, well, actually we have to put in the actual business, so we'll just go back to here and grab the main keywords, which was Southbit, or that's not the main keywords, but the brand. Africa. What the heck? Why is it not showing up? Southbit data recovery. Here we go. Oh, because it's one word. There we go. So we're gonna grab this and plug that in there, and also grab the phone, no, the zip code, which looks like that might be the zip code. I don't know how zip codes work in Africa. Boom. Whoops, over here. And same thing over here. So Africa, actually, sorry. Wait, what the hell? Is it Western Cape? South Africa, so I guess it wouldn't be Western. Would it? I don't know how these work. Cape Town. There's so many Cape Towns. I think this is it. This has to be it. Okay, so we're gonna do data recovery, and we'll press search, and then while that's going, we'll go over here and see if we can find it. Not showing up. I wonder if it's because it's in Africa and Moz isn't gonna pick that up for us, which would be annoying. So what we'd have to do for that is, let's see. So I don't think there is much we can do for that off of Google or off of Moz, which is kind of disappointing. 770. Well, if we can't get it off of Moz, we can still look at it from Whitespark. So 48 citations found. Looks like we got 20 citations here on Southbit, so that's really low for the citation count. Could push citations higher to around, 80. I don't know what you're actually doing for your citations, but there could be a lot more than that. It's not super necessary, but I mean, you're already ranking, so I don't know why you would actually need the citations. Honestly, I would go more into the content marketing route for the long-term strategy of this business, which would be like being able to generate mass amounts of reviews and getting more reviews. And then also, I don't know, I'm seeing Google pick up Facebook. It should be picking up Yelp as well, which means to me that maybe this isn't being utilized that great on Yelp as a strategy in terms of the actual organic listing on Yelp. So let's check that out really quick. Tahir says, Chase, how long have you been doing SEO? I've been doing SEO for 3 years. Oh, probably because Yelp isn't in Africa. Let's see. Africa, Cape Town. Let's see. There's Australia. So I don't know if there's a Yelp over there. Let's just see what happens. Nope. All right. Well, then maybe that's not a strategy. Okay, so citations. Let's check out the actual profiles that are being indexed in terms of the social. So let's check out Facebook. Let's check out Google. Let's see what else is actually on the site. Cancel. So it looks like there are being posts published, which is great. I don't know how often these are being published. Tahir says Yelp isn't in Africa. Okay. Well, that makes more sense. I don't know when these are actually being published, but looks like 45 weeks ago was this one. I don't know about 41 weeks ago there, 5 days ago there. So yeah, with Buffer, I mean, you just want to continually update that stuff. Let's actually check out the profile. So if we go to About, and the About can probably be filled out more, but let's see the actual pictures. So press see all. So photos from posts, we got 1. Profile photos, we got 1. And scrapbook photos, we got this many, which this looks great. And that's a really cool building. I'm going to say could fill out images more. So could fill out with more images. And honestly, more images is really just going to help you. So that could be more exterior photos, interior photos of work. And literally you could just keep taking pictures of work and also republish them on like Instagram or whatever you want to do, or just put them into Buffer. Photos of work and photos of team or yourself. Make sure to use correct image file URLs. Cool. So other than that, the Google Plus looked okay. For Facebook, just want to make sure that these profiles are consistent. So because I wasn't able to check the consistency with Moz, it's kind of troublesome, makes it harder to do, but so these posts look great. And I would, if you're spending $2,000 a month on AdWords, I would say I would consider spending $1,800 a month on AdWords and use $200 for Facebook posts, because you can actually get a lot of reach through those, and eventually you'll start to build your audience more. Also, anytime somebody likes your stuff through Facebook, you can click on them and then actually invite them to like your page after you do like boosting, which is just going to get you a bigger and bigger audience and increase your social signals as well. So also, all of these pictures are great and can be reused as other like on other forms of social media. So consider repurposing content and images on other social platforms. Also, Buffer shows you what are the top posts that you'll want to be republishing based on your actual reach of these posts. So we'll cancel out of there. So other than that, not bad. Let's look at the bounce rates. So we'll go into here, we'll go into behavior, we'll go into site content, all pages. and it doesn't look like we're using conversion tracking. Let me just double check on that really quick. So conversions, goals, overview. Oh, actually we are. So book your hard drive, contact. So I would also maybe consider doing call tracking, because then you can actually find where the calls are coming from. So consider call tracking as well. This can be really helpful in terms of figuring out where your main value is getting driven from. You don't have to do it, but it's something that's pretty cool to do if you already are getting a good amount of calls. Acquisition, all traffic. Sorry, we want to go back to behavior, site content, all pages. And we're going to go into, let me grab this and filter by that. All right, so these are the main pages that we're getting traffic. We can add more pages if we just go to like 25. And you'll see in the last 30 days or so, mostly to the home page, you got about a 58% bounce rate, which isn't too bad. And then pricing, we have about a 77% bounce rate. Now, we do want to look at this not just from all users, but we want to look at it from organic traffic. So we'll press apply. And this is all the organic traffic. So 315 to the home page with a 31% bounce rate, which is great. 78% bounce rate on the pricing page. So we really want to figure out what we can do to lower bounce rate on pricing page, because we obviously are getting traffic for that page, but for some reason people don't want to convert. So if we go and actually see the pricing, check here for our price list. So for some reason, I mean, that's a good call to action. That they shouldn't be bouncing off of that. So I don't know why they would be. Maybe because it's not visually appealing or something, but generally if they click on that, there shouldn't be a bounce. So for some reason, people aren't going into there and clicking on this. I don't know why. You would think that they would, but that's something we really want to look at. So also we got contacts, a 65% bounce rate, not too bad. Inside a hard drive has 86% bounce rate, which probably is because it's people just going and then reading and then leaving. So data recovery also. I think the pricing page is really one of just the biggest pages that we'd want to look at. If we go to acquisition, all traffic, and source medium, and then we go into all users instead of organic. So let me filter this back out. So go like this, remove, save. So you'll see Google CPC getting a lot of traffic, about a 66% bounce rate. And let's check out what the pages are that are actually getting landed on from these CPC campaigns. So if we go to AdWords, where is it? Where the heck is AdWords? Oh, acquisition, AdWords, and there should be final URLs. Looks like they're just going to the home page, and looks like you're advertising a little bit of SEO. So for that, I would definitely do a different landing page. So I would do for AdWords, we'd want to start setting up different A/B test Instapage landing pages to start focusing on CRO, especially since you're already spending so much money. That's going to be huge, because we could seriously drive a lot of extra conversions just by doing something simple like that. And then if we go into what was that other one? If we go to the different sources of traffic, you'll see the social is really low. So that's just sending not very good social signals, like I was saying. And then if I go into all goals and we actually look at the conversion values. So, I mean, paid search has a 17% conversion rate, which is insanely high. And so is Google Organic. So, I mean, that's really good. You might not even have to do conversion rate optimization on this, but might want to consider it. Also, I don't know if these goals are, let's see, is it just, okay, so sorry, these are just price list. So this, if somebody views the price list, that's all goals. So let's do book. Let's do book your hard drive. So that's more of the actual conversion rate, I think, which is about a 6%, which is still really high. But if we filter by more time, let's go back and filter by like this, press apply. Well, we're missing a gap there because it looks like maybe the analytics got removed. But this is like really what we're seeing. And we're also seeing on social, there's about a 27% conversion rate, which is a whole nother reason why I'm saying we should probably experiment with doing some paid advertising on social as well, because you can really start driving conversions through that. And simply by, you know, taking out a $200 of the AdWords you're spending, we could, you know, do a lot there. So other than that, I think I'm just going to create the top things that need to be fixed. So top 10 SEO fixes. So do you guys want to guess on these first? Because I know some of you guys like guessing on what the top fixes are going to be. I'll give you a hint on the first one. The first one is fixing the SEO basics. So removing duplicate metas, filling in missing H1s, etc. You guys are welcome to jump in if you'd like. Next is no indexing thin content pages, and removing author page and duplicate content pages like author. Tahir says look into backlinks. That's something that we do need to do. I don't know if that's in the top 10, but that is something we need to do. What I'm going to do is I'll put these side by side so we can actually see. Just grab this. Go to Notepad. The other one was site speed. So fix site speed issues. Bring 8-second load time to below 2 seconds. Consider switching hosting to WP Engine. If you need discount, let me know. SSL is going to be good as well, but the other one would be the image compression. Get image compression going. Fix broken links. Get content upgrade going. Tahir got one of them. Get schema markup going with local business markup. I'd say re-optimize AdWords campaign. Depending on what you're doing, I haven't seen the AdWords campaign, but they're adding a lot of new features that you can use. So they have tons of new features you can use, like texting, like text extensions, price extensions, etc. So other than that, I would say the Facebook thing in the social signals is going to be pretty huge. So get social signals going and push more content in that regard, and then start responding to reviews. Tahir says spend 2K on Chase. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that would be more helpful. I'm sure that I probably wouldn't bring as many leads in the short term, but maybe the long term. So yeah, Nick, let me know. Do you have any questions other than that, or do any of you guys have questions other than that? Because we're about to hit our hour, and I think we got a lot of the good stuff here. Oh, I didn't break these ones up. Oops. So I will be probably doing some implementation today, guys. Oh, by the way, Nick, if you need help with any of this stuff, let me know. I'm actually training some SEOs right now to help me in terms of implementation, so we could get a lot of this stuff done pretty fast. Oh, actually, Nick, I think you already do want help with this stuff because we were talking about that over email. So either way, I appreciate you choosing me to help you with this audit, and I appreciate all of you guys, all of you SEO pros, for stopping by and watching all of this, all the SEO I do. And until next time, guys, happy SEOing.